Do you know where you are? You're in Duskfall, home to the downtrodden, the corrupt, and the desperate, where wealth and reputation reign supreme, and criminals fight tooth and nail for our share. Law and order round here is a myth, and don't you forget it. I do know one thing, there's a new gang in town, but I think the system will eat them alive.
Hello and welcome back. Hello Twitch chat, how you all doing? For the YouTubers, this is part 2 of episode 2, so welcome back to you guys as well. Reiterating, please leave a like and a comment down below, and also subscribe to the channel. At the recording of this stream, we are just 5 followers away from 100, hoping by the time we release the video we will be less or surpassed it, so fingers crossed for that. I'd give you a quick recap, but then you wouldn't watch part 1, so go watch part 1. Nothing I can do about it. So we are returning to a museum where our players are hopefully stealing a painting. Just before we left off, 3 of our players, Christoph, Beryl, and Rosetta, decided to swap clothes with an unconscious guard, not realizing this would take long enough for the other guards in the room to take note. We returned to them. Beryl, you had an idea.
So I have a flashback idea. Earlier in the day, Baron had come into the museum just to generally scope it out, but he also had brought with him, he'd acquired a number of grenades. Now, you could decide what, these aren't like explosive in terms of blowing shit up, but like you could decide were these smoke grenade, flashbang grenades, maybe they had the eyebout part of that Occam talks about, or maybe some sort of a knockout agent. I mean, that's entire, you whatever you think mechanically makes the most sense. But he had a couple of these, and he hid them in and around near the painting, like on the floor of the painting, so that if shit went bad, he could trigger the grenades to go off in the case that we were suddenly set upon by guards.
Okay. Perfectly reasonable flashback. I'm going to give you 2 stress. Because
yeah, of course.
And I'm going to make you roll for it as well.
Okay, so what, I mean, which do you think makes more sense? I could have survey to determine where would be the best place to put the grenades, or finesse to how well I hide them. I'm better at survey.
I will be honest, I was thinking prowl for how well you hide them.
Well, see, I don't have prowl, but I do have finesse.
If you want to go for finesse, you can do. It's entirely up to you. You tell me.
Yeah, well, if it's a choice between prowl and finesse, we will go with 1 die. Ooh, now I'm being cheeky.
I'll be honest with you, you're going to roll a 6 no matter what, obviously. So,
well, could I, because we haven't used this mechanic before, could I ask for a devil's bargain to get an extra die?
You absolutely could ask for a devil's bargain. Do you have an idea for a devil's bargain? Or would you
mean, a simple one that I can think of would be that I would, and I don't know if you're okay with this, obviously you're the GM, you decide, but that I now maybe owe a favor to the person who gave me the grenades. I don't know if that's a strong enough. Favors are very strong, but I don't know if that's strong enough for a devil's bargain.
So a devil's bargain, and Jenna, you'll have to double check me, double remind me. They take more stress.
And for viewers, what is a devil's bargain, Jenna?
Yes.
If you wouldn't
Jenna,
Jenna, could you just read for the manual from your Mind Palace? That'd be really good.
From my Mind Palace, not the thing that's in front of me, but no. So the basic gist of a devil's bargain is that you use it to get a better outcome or to get more dice, I guess. Sometimes that can depend. But there will be some sort of consequence. So that consequence could be taking quite a high amount of stress. It could be taking some harm. It could also be an increase of heat on the gang, or it could be something more story-based at the GM's discretion, like you get a new enemy because now the guards don't like you, I guess, would be kind of one that that could cause problems later down the line. Can be lots of different things.
I have a couple of ideas for a devil bargain for you. So, I'll give you a sort of vague description of two, and you can pick one. The consequences of this devil bargain, irregardless of what you roll, your choices are to take a personal consequence that is just for you, which may or may not be more or less severe, or a wider consequence that will not affect you right now, but may affect you and the crew in the future.
Baron would go for the personal consequence every time.
Okay, so the devil's bargain for this is you are standing a little bit too close to your own grenade. Whatever effect happens to the guards will also happen to you.
Okay, no.
Okay.
You
can still refuse the devil's bargain if you're not happy with that concept.
Can I make one slight amendment so I seem cooler and more heroic?
Sure.
That I realize Rosetta is a bit close, so I stand in front of her to take the brunt of the blast.
Yeah, sure. So far you are taking 2 stress, no matter what, because of your flashback mechanic.
Yeah, I've done that.
And then roll 1 extra dice for the devil's bargain.
Okay, so, and I'm going with finesse. So that's going to be, I have a 1 in finesse, so that gives me two dice now because of the devil's bargain.
Yeah.
Not great, a 2 and a 3.
Not great at all. Now, we didn't identify the grenades. I'll give you a choice, smoke or flashbang.
I mean, there's not really much of a difference, really, is there?
No.
Yeah. So, whichever you think makes for the better story.
With flashbang.
Yeah, cool.
And a 2 or 3. So it's more flash than bang. There's no loud noise, which honestly might not be the worst thing.
Yeah.
But in terms of the flash, you are temporarily blinded.
Yeah.
As are the guards. Now the guards have still seen you. That you can't undo.
Yeah.
But there's not really a lot they can do about it right now because they're also slightly blind.
Cool. So, well, once that happens, I'm going to mutter to Christoph and Rosetta, grab the painting.
Okay. Rosetta and Christoph do not hear you because you have just whispered that to the guards.
Oh,
because
great.
you're blind and you don't know who you're talking to.
That's fair.
The good news is they don't know who's talking to them because they are also blind.
Great.
Can Rosetta, having seen vaguely what's going on over there and being like, that seems bad, will now use the opportunity to try and nip through towards the painting. But as I do so, can I please put on my fine spirit mask? Which fine spirit mask allows me to see ghosts more clearly and spirits more clearly, but it also protects me more from effects of ghosts, so possession and
okay, 100%, a great item, and even because Morris warned you about it, that makes sense. I have also ticked off the guards down to 4 because, well, you knocked 1 unconscious and you blinded 3, so they are starting to get suspicious that somebody else is in the room.
It's just the wind.
Guess that flashback was my imagination. Yes, Rosetta, you can absolutely do that. We are, however, going to move over to Morris, who has witnessed all of this. Do you do anything in your skylight?
First of all, he goes down a walkie-talkie and says, sorry, guys. Probably should have told you about those. Then he'll... right, so as this flashbang goes off, how feasible is this? Seeing this, then, is Morris also blinded or not?
No, you're like you're 2 stories up.
Yeah, you're like 15 meters away, aren't you?
Fine.
Yeah.
I will say, however, you do see a door open and a guard is about to step through.
In that case, then, there's open up the skylight slightly, and I've got. I'll do a flashback. Why not? As just a little sort of narrative one more than anything else. So you can see an array of various ammunition laid out on the table at the hideout, and he's gonna be, I think maybe this one will be quite good. Maybe this one. We'll try out this one for a change, and it'll be and he'll be loading in some just tranquilizers to knock them out, them to sleepy bye-byes, and he's gonna take. Seeing the person through the door, he's going to go pop that one. If that's successful, he's going to also do the same to the other three that are scrambling around, going, my eyes!
Well, each one will be a roll, so why don't you roll it and we'll see if it's successful.
All right. Whoo! So I'll go with, sharpshooting is my special ability.
Yes.
I can push myself to do one of the following, which is make a range at extreme distance. I don't need to do that. However, I can unleash a barrage of rapid fire. I don't know whether he can be quick on the finger to pop, all four of them with tranquilizers if he was able to do that.
My apologies, my brain skipped some words. Why can you do rapid fire? Say again?
Because I can unleash a barrage of rapid fire to suppress an enemy with my sharpshooter ability if I push myself.
Okay, yeah, if you push yourself.
So I could go bang, 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 bang.
Pushing yourself, Jenna.
Does that cause a stress?
I think it does.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
That's 2, right?
I believe it's 2, yeah.
Okay.
As a devil's bargain, instead
You're
of
doing both pushing yourself. Oh, instead of, sorry.
Can I do it instead, or does it need to be?
You can do it instead, yeah.
Oh God, you're on a window that's going to break. Don't do a devil's bargain.
Do you know what? You make an excellent point. I will take as the pane of glass is slowly cracking beneath his weight, and he's shuffling around getting shots off. It's probably best that I.
Too stressed. We'll go to the casino and the strip club after.
Yeah. That'll be great.
Too stressed.
I just double check now. Are you pushing yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna push myself.
Okay.
To
For a better result, you are going to do rapid fire. I'm going to say you still can't hit all 4, but I will allow you to hit 2 with the same roll if you wish.
Nice. That's cool.
And you get an extra die because you push yourself anyway.
That's cool. Now, what would be best, considering that he is a very good sniper? I'm going to assume hunt.
That makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
I get an extra die on that, so I'm going to roll 3 dice.
Nice.
And here we go. There's a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and we roll. Here we go. 3, 6, and 6.
Yes. We're back, folks.
So, the good news. You have shot 2 guards. One just arrived, and one of the 3 that everyone's playing around with. I'm going to say you don't aim for the unconscious one because, so, congratulations. They are both tranquilized, and they both fall to the ground. Only one guard remains standing, and he is still looking blindly around and very confused.
Sorry, is there not 2 guards?
There's 2 left,
standing?
Yeah, 2 standing.
Yeah, one came through the door, and there was 3.
I can't count.
I'll walkie-talkie down to Christoph, and I'll say, there's 2 down, 2 down. 2 to go.
The bad news. We are going to move over to Ockham because he is about to enter a door to the control room. Congratulations, you might make it through. There's nobody in there. Most of it is automated. However, as you enter, a image pops up on the computer. Motion detected. Skylight window opened. Motion detected. Skylight window opened. Ockham, what do you do?
Well, first off, if I just cast my eyes around, do I see any security system and, namely alarm system going outward?
So yeah, there is a red flashing, gaslight candle that is sort of getting brighter and dimmer. It's probably the closest they have in this technological era of an alarm. And you're pretty sure it's just an increase and decrease in oxygen being pumped into the lamp, and that's what's creating the flash effect of fire. You do see rudimentary screens as well. It's very sort of 90s, 80s steampunk type thing. There is actually a keyboard, a mouse, and a screen, but it's
with
not
like cathode
high-tech.
ray tubes as opposed to like a bunch of like LEDs. That's fair.
There's also like a radio station that you can see, and it's set to a different frequency that yours is set to. And like I said, there's a flashing image on screen. The motion sensor has been triggered.
Is there any way for me to see whether it is local? Like it's staying within the building, this is just for me inside the security room for my benefit? Or if it's going out there to, like, say, the Blue Goats?
Great question. Let's roll to see if you can find out.
I figure this would be pretty much a straight-up tinker, since I'm literally working with machinery.
That makes sense to me. I am going to tick off one thing for Skylight, because you did rapid fire, and that is going to put pressure on the glass. Sorry.
So we are at one. Okay. Just going to roll this.
I've watched that episode recently, Cam.
I got a 4.
Okay. Okay.
You could say if you take one level of stress, I would increase your knowledge on that. I would say you are pretty confident it is going somewhere. You make an educated guess that it's the Bluecoats, or it is to the other 4 guards in the building.
So it is going somewhere, but I have no idea if it's external or internal.
Yeah, that's right.
Basically.
But it is not localized to that one room.
Yeah.
Right. Well then. Okay, so we already have... There's already somebody on the roof who set off the alarm. We knew that was possible. And we... Can I see anything else about the security regarding the building? Like, am I seeing any, like, alerts going off or anything? Is there any, like...
So, not alert-wise, you do see one computer is dedicated to the lasers, one is dedicated to the motion sensors. Right. Obviously, the motion sensor one is the one that's flashing a warning sign.
Right then. So, if that's the case, is there any phone or anything nearby?
There's a radio, like a walkie-talkie, similar to what you guys have.
Right. Well.
You know what? That's actually a really good point. There probably would be, yeah. And a landline that's attached to the wall. Nice. The landline is just below where the alarm fire is.
So, I'm going to throw myself back a little bit here. I'm going to see if we can do a flashback.
Okay.
Possibly. So, okay. So, I figure, again, you have, like, we sort of looked at a little bit about the museum's layout and that kind of thing, and what type of security it may or may not have. And I figure at some point there was probably a discussion about, like, how we handle the security, how do we trigger the security without, like, screwing us all over. Especially since this is a smash and grab kind of thing. So, we probably, and this is something I want to ask the crew before I complete this flashback, because this is something that everyone, I feel, should have a say in. How much of an impact do we want this to make? Like, do we want to leave, like, do we want to do, like, a literal, like, smash and grab, like, smash, grab, and like, we don't care if there's broken glass or the equivalent? Or do we actually want to be discreet and have folks wonder if, like, because it's a giant painting. Like, someone's going to know we stole it. The question is, how much collateral do you guys give a shit about?
I feel like Baron would be of the opinion that we're going to get heat from this. So leaving enough of a mark that people will realize it was us, and that would help us in terms of our criminal underworld reputation, but not reckless and destructive. We're not smashing shit up, because that's just unseemly to Baron, But
right.
if people are gonna it was that guy, like, he wouldn't be completely against that, because that's the nature of the criminal world. You know, you get heat, but you also build a reputation within the underworld. That's Baron's opinion, but the rest of the party, please, like whatever ye all think as well.
Rosetta doesn't mind some heat.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
Collateral is part of the job.
Right then.
The
Well.
man with the wreck score is not worried about wrecked collateral. Funny that.
You and I are in the same mindset then. So, in the situation that we have ourselves some kind of security failure, I figured Occam would propose what he would call the guillotine as a solution. So in this case, he would have cooked up a lovely concoction, a combination of spark and algest, as well as also, I believe the chemical is known as binding oil. So, fun fact, when you bind two things together with binding oil, they stay fused together like superglue until algest is used, and spark creates an electrical charge. So, by combining these, we basically could short-circuit the entire damn room. Had to put it in the right place.
Nice.
So, we kill the alarms, but it would likely also kill the power, and also any communication in and out. But given how fucked the situation is, why not, right? Let's let a blackout do this.
That sounds like a brilliant idea.
Very well.
Would it also switch off any lasers, motion detectors?
Yeah, surely, yeah.
Dead?
It would kill basically the building's power.
It's
It would, of course, take us
isn't it,
completely
actually?
off the grid,
Yeah.
so anyone watching the power or just looking down the street would see that suddenly the museum is completely dark, and that might be a bit weird.
But the
But-
museum is all. Sorry to interrupt, Occam. The museum is, I would assume, is already essentially dark because it is nighttime. You know?
True, but there are certain things that maintain power even when the building goes off.
Yes, of
As an
course.
example, emergency signage or external lighting. This would kill it
Yeah.
dead. The building would die.
Mm.
But so would also security.
Mm.
But
So bring it around.
what about any sort of fail safe that they would potentially have
I
in
think
the
if
result?
they do,
You don't think they would have thought of that?
It's a
I'm sure
museum.
they would have. That's the trick, though. The guillotine is only dropped when we have no other choice.
Mhm.
All right. Well, it's good to have than not.
Okay.
Right. So we flash forward to him holding up a glass beaker, which is going to take up the remainder of the things inside of his
I was
bandolier.
going to say, that's going to be quite the inventory, yeah.
That's my whole bandolier gone.
Okay.
That's all of it.
Alright.
So you are literally doing, as chat said, a Homer Simpson and pouring cola over the console.
Pretty much the most lethal electrical. Like this is the perfect every single like YouTube fail video of someone pouring coffee on their laptop meme. But I've weaponized that shit.
Okay.
So I would like to, since it's a flashback, this would require a roll and then the other roll, I believe.
So, yeah, we'll finish the flashback first. Take 2 stress.
Right?
And then roll for making this concoction.
Very well. So, after we had our little chat, we flash back to Oakham inside of his warehouse, and I'm going to be using Tinker for this because this is literally the making things. Now, this is where I get to ask you a very important question. I have clarified this. I am using Spark explicitly to make this stuff.
You are.
I knew
I'm
where this was
aware
going.
I can electrocute myself with this stuff
Okay.
by asking for this.
Yeah.
Can I make it a Sparkcraft roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify that.
No, yeah, 100%. It's slightly more realistic than adding electricity to a stick. So you are good.
Christoffel Prod will live someday.
One day I shall make the 6-stick, but not today.
But one day when I do not want to do the thing, Occam will
Yeah.
make me do the thing.
Yep.
So we flash back and we can see Occam leaning over tables as he's mixing all the chemicals and everything going everywhere. And
I love this.
2 5s and a 1.
Yes.
So
Why do you get 3?
base 2 for Tinker and
Yeah.
1 extra.
That's
For the
fine.
spark.
Yeah, my apologies. A 5.
2 5s, yes.
I'm going to add an extra level of stress because, you are working with electricity and it is kind of stressful. But aside from that, as far as you are concerned, you've made this concoction perfectly.
Nice.
Perfect. Belzen.
How factual that is, you do not know, but you are very confident in your ability.
Indeed. Belzen takes it out. A fine vintage. He walks over to the console, just literally upends the thing and pours it over them as we go for wrecking.
Absolutely fine. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm not even going to make you roll because you're just pouring liquid out of a vial onto other things. I don't think you need to roll for that. I think you're relatively competent of hold, turn upside down. I think you've got that handled. Yeah. As far
Boris
as you
would have
are,
to roll for that.
It's just this. It's almost like a super glue, like gack level consistency as it comes out and lands. And there's as it fires up with electricity, glows briefly blue, and then you just hear a sound as like all the fuses in the room pop, and just the lights all go out. And he just looks around. That was a good match.
the last thing that keeps power is not only the alarm, the fire above the red phone, but the red phone itself rings for an incoming call. Sadly, it is cut short by your electrical bomb, and nobody answers it. The room is eerily silent, and that goes for all of you, with the exception of Morris, kind of. All the air conditioning, the background sound that you're kind of used to hearing as you enter a building, all gets turned off. It's like when the fridge stops making noise, you can hear it be quieter than usual, which is an odd feeling. Any emergency lighting that wasn't on before does now flicker on, and an eerie green glow fills the room. Baron and the remaining 2 cops are no longer blinded. I think enough time has passed. Also, it's kind of dark now. You can be pretty confident that any laser beams or motion sensors have turned off because effectively everything has turned off. However, you have now alerted the other guards.
You guys hear a shh on your walkie-talkie, and you hear Alchemist over it. And that would be the guillotine. Good luck.
You hear one syllable come back through the walkie-talkie. Fuck.
Also, fuck. Over.
Rosetta, Beryl, Christoph.
Hello.
Rosetta, you said you put a mask on to grab the painting, is that right?
Yes, I have run towards the painting, and can I cut it out the frame?
Well, how big's the painting?
Yeah, how big is it?
Great question, finally. It is A5 is smaller than A4, A3, A2 size, so it is a large painting.
Okay, but that's not crazy.
No,
A2 is not crazy.
No.
Yeah, Rosetta,
you carry it, but you're not posting it anytime soon.
Yeah, you could carry that even in the frame. That's not too crazy big. We're not talking like A0.
My main concern in keeping it not rolled up is that it's cursed. And if anyone looks at it, that could be bad.
Yes.
So, because of that, I am going to get it out of the frame, whether it's by trying to break the frame open or cutting the canvas.
Oh, you tell me what you're rolling for.
I will use finesse to cut it out.
Apologies, just tell me what that mask does again. Does it lower the effect of curse items or remove the effect?
It lowers, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, it affords protection against ghostly possession, and allows people to see supernatural energies in great detail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the figure of the painting is glowing purple.
Cool. My color.
And roll a couple of things. Roll your attune
Yes.
for the painting itself,
Yeah.
and then roll whatever you want to get the painting out of the frame.
Okay. I'm wondering if I should push myself on the attune.
I'd recommend a
something
devil's
bad
bargain,
happens.
but I'm completely unbiased here.
Okay, what's the devil's bargain?
I will be honest with you, I hadn't thought of one.
Well-
Right, so, likewise, with Baron, you get
Yep.
to choose. Do you want a personal sacrifice that will affect you right now, or a less personal, so more a group consequence that will affect you in the future?
I think Rosetta would go for the not personal
Mm.
Okay.
consequence. So yes,
The
a group consequence, please.
Emily will alert a supernatural force of your actions here today.
No, it's fine. I will just push myself
Okay.
on the attune. So that's 2 stress
Yeah.
for an extra dice. Okay. Oh, a 5.
Nice.
Okay. And that was for the attune, yeah?
Yes.
Emily turns. Bear in mind, Emily is the old lady of the painting. Emily
Mhm.
turns to you, recognizing the mask and what it does.
Yes.
Nobody else sees this because only the mask is showing it, Rosetta. You are encapsulated by her look. Morris is looking down at you, wondering why you have frozen. If not in fear, then in awe and mesmerism, which is definitely a word. You had never heard of this painting moving before. No amount of research has given you this information. She smiles at you, and you, with a 5, can lip read the words "thank you." Roll to remove the painting from the frame.
Okay. I'm rolling finesse, and I have ticked off a knife from my equipment.
Okay.
Shit. 3.
Well, she's no longer thanking you.
No.
Okay. Some damage is done to the painting. Did that include an item dice, by the way?
Oh no, it didn't. Can I roll another one?
Yeah, of course.
Is that allowed?
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's
I mean,
sake!
it didn't help, but you could.
Why have I got the bad rolls now? Why is this happening? We were all doing so well.
Some damage has occurred to the painting. Take...
Can I resist? Can I resist that? Can I resist the problem?
Yes. That requires more stress, doesn't it?
Yeah. I can't remember how.
I think it does, yeah.
I
You
don't
resist it
remember
with
how.
your prowess rating. Resistance rolls will always succeed.
Yes.
But the better you roll, the less stress it costs you.
Yes. So, I will roll.
Okay, so resistance
Yeah.
rolls are different.
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah.
You make the roll using one of your character's attributes: insight, prowess, or resolve.
Yeah.
The GM chooses the attribute based on the nature of the consequence.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. That's it.
So I have to come
Not
up with
remember.
a insight. I'm gonna say probably
Resolve.
resolve. Yeah, I'm gonna say resolve.
And is it the number?
Your character suffers 6 stress when they resist, minus the highest die roll from the resistance roll.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So, do I roll the amount of dice I roll? Is it just 1 dice?
It is
Or
1
is-
dice per pip you have on the left-hand side of the line
Yes.
in
Okay.
resolve.
I remember this now. Whoops. Okay, that's one of them.
How many do you have?
2. So Okay, so my highest was a 5, so I take 1 stress.
Minus the die result from resistance roll, so if you roll a 4... Yeah, so you take 2 stress. You take 2 stress. If you get a critical result, you clear up. No, you didn't do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you take 2 stress, and you resist the consequences. There is no damage to the painting.
Good. I don't want to piss off Emily. So I would like to then just roll the painting up, shove it under my arm, and then just try and book it out.
Okay. All right. As far as I'm concerned, there's technically speaking nothing stopping you from leaving. I'm gonna put one more obstacle in your way, actually, just before you get out. One more guard has entered the room. With the exception of Ockham, any of you can deal with this.
Would Morris see this guard?
Yeah, 100%. Morris can see this guard.
Oh yeah, this guy's just getting straight up shot in the face.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Roll to shoot, I guess. Well, whatever.
Tranquilizer, yes. What happened to the other 2 guards, by the way?
They were stunned by my grenade. They're just getting over the effect of the flashbang.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly deal with this guy, and then we'll leave it at that. Roll hunt.
Yeah.
For that, do I get an extra die because I'm using my rifle?
Not because of your rifle, and you've already used the one for your ammunition, so no.
Okay, then I'll just roll a couple of these, and let's see how we do. Here they come. That is a 5 and a 6.
Oh, yes.
What a shot, Fishes.
Yeah, you shoot him. Absolutely fine. He doesn't even realise what's happening in the room. He came in and was like, guys, you know who turned out the... And then he's shot and just asleep. That is it.
Another one down.
Yeah. Effectively, he was going to do the, hey, who turned out the lights? But he didn't even get to finish it, so he's just gone.
I'll say, hey, who turned out my lights?
Zing.
Unless you guys want to stick around for a sightseeing or any other paintings, you're all welcome to leave. How do you all leave? Do you all come out the same way you came in?
I assume. Where's the nearest exit? That's open.
Open without consequences, probably the same way you did come in.
I said downstairs out the way we came in.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to lower down a rope and pull you up.
No, rope's right.
I mean, you can do.
No, Morris.
No
more rope.
We did that once.
Okay.
I'm closer to the bottom.
Yeah, I'm going to say, like, if you want to leave out, I mean, even for you, Ockham, the closest exit that is safe is the way you came in. Perfectly reasonable. And I would say the score is over. Congratulations. You succeeded.
That was not a huge disaster.
No. It was a very... in fairness, it was a complex score that we were trying to get through. So I think we handled it quite well.
I am delighted
No one got possessed, so that's good.
No one got possessed yet.
100%. Successful score. I would even say everybody gets 2 experience.
Yay!
You didn't leave behind a lot of evidence. You knocked out or blinded the people you needed to knock out or blind. You certainly reacted quick enough with flashbacks and your own actions that nobody recognizes you or knows your faces. However, you did roll a 2 for the score.
Yeah.
And there has to be a consequence for that.
Yeah.
The Dimmer Sisters now have you on their radar.
The who?
The Dimmer Sisters. It's a gang of occult, honestly, really scary children. They're just horrifying.
They're awesome. Yeah.
They're a cult, like they're as close to a cult as this place has.
So that basically means that we are on the radar in Brightstone now.
So they don't live in Brightstone. They live in Silkshore with you.
Oh, they're in Silkshore. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, but that is it. That is the score. you very much. We will do the downtime actions, but that happens after the YouTube video, so I'm going to do that real quick. Congratulations to you all, and thank you all again for watching at home. Final time I'm going to say this, for episode 2 at least. Leave a subscription, like, and comment down below. Tell us what your favourite moment was. And if you've got any history with Blades in the Dark, tell us your favourite memory from the game as well. Like I said, so close to 100 subscribers. Really hope we reach it by the time I release this. If not, I hate you all.